Hello, this is Katarina from PhotoBizBooster.com. Today I'm going to show you batch processing in Photoshop. And I hear from so many photographers who don't know how to use batch processing, and it's a real shame because it's so handy for performing a simple task on multiple photos in a very short time. So, for example, a good repeat client of mine contacted me yesterday and said that they need some of the photos I delivered to them resized for their new website gallery. Their web designer had said that the vertical images need to be resized to fit the horizontal frame. So basically, I delivered them 900 by 600 horizontal images and 900 by 600, well, 600 by 900 vertical images. And they needed the vertical images to be resized to fit the horizontal frame. Excuse my wonky lines. So the vertical images need to be 600 height and these bits here as a white filler. Okay, so how did I do that? I will show you. First of all, you need to create an action for the batch process. So just open one of the images. Oh, these are not the client's images, by the way. This is my good friend Coco DeVille, who is a fantastic burlesque performer. These are some photos from our fun photo shoot together. Anyway, so open one of the images that you need to resize. Go to Actions, New Action, give it a name. And as you can see, it's now recording everything you do. So first we need to resize the image. That's Control-Alt-I. I always use keyboard shortcuts because it's so much quicker to use keyboard shortcuts than look for things in the menus. Anyway, so the height needs to be 600 and leave this chain linked so that Photoshop automatically alters the width of the image by cubic. Okay, now we need to create the horizontal frame for this with a white background. So go to Image, Canvas Size, and we're working with pixels in this case. So width needs to be 900, height remains the same, anchor in the middle so that the picture is in the middle of the white frame, white background. And now we need to save the image. You can give it any name, it doesn't matter. And then we need to close the image. And then stop recording the action. The next thing we do is open all the images that need to be resized. Actually, before that, you can just delete that test image because it was only created for the sake of creating the action, basically. Open all the images that you need to resize, so all the vertical images in this case. She always makes me laugh. She's so lovely. Okay. Go to File, Automate, and Batch. Check that you have the right action. It will default to the one you just created. This time we're working on opened files as a source. If you have one folder full of images that you need to work on, so if all these images here were the ones that you need to do that task on, then you could use the folder, but here we use open files. Create a destination folder for them. Let's just create one in temp, make a new folder, call it batch in this, oh not bitch, sorry, beach, batch. And override action save as commands. This is so that you don't have to click on the save as for each image. Instead, just give them a name and add a serial number so that it gets incremented for each folder, each file rather, and then the extension and OK. And Photoshop does all that work for you. Let's have a look what it did. Batch folder, here they are. Wasn't that simple? So obviously in this case I only did 7 images, so it wasn't much quicker than doing them individually, but for example yesterday's case I had 61 images. I didn't want to do them one by one. It was so much quicker to do them in a batch process, even if I had to create the action first. So you can really impress your client by doing a little favor like this for them. Yesterday's client was really anxious. They thought it might take loads of time, cost them money to have them resized and all that. But when they called me, I just said, yes, no problem. I can do that in 2 minutes. And I did it in 2 minutes and had very, very happy client indeed. So this can make you look like a superhero. Why wouldn't you use it? Especially for a really nice client, do a little bit extra and they'll be very grateful for it. Okay, if you have any questions, write them down in the comments section. And if you found this tutorial helpful, click on the thumbs up so I know that people have watched it and liked it. If you would like to be notified of any future tutorials and videos on anything to do with running a profitable photography business, subscribe to this channel. That's all, folks. Have a brilliant day, and I talk to you soon.